You remember Tank Boy,
Yes.
the guy with waving the flag? Well,
Waving the flag. Go ahead, finish.
how do you remember Tank Boy? How does that finish?
He stood there with a shopping bag in front of a tank,
And
and
what happens next?
now, personally, me, I remember one tank, but now when I seen it, there's a bunch of tanks lined up behind
There's a
it.
line of tanks.
Yeah, I only remember one tank, and honestly, when I saw that, I just assumed he always just stopped the tanks because that's all I saw on TV. It was time for me to go back to the game. I was at work. I had to go back to work, and so that's basic. But then I heard other people say things, but they never said he got ran over.
I have heard that one.
What did you say?
I have heard people say that they remember on live television on how it freaked people the fuck out because they ended up running him over. You know, they didn't stop. And then the version I remember is that they did stop.
Was this the Tank Boy in China?
Yeah,
Yeah?
It was. Where was it? Beijing, it's Tiananmen Square. Where's that?
He was like
Red Square? Or?
I'm not gonna pretend.
I just
to
remember
know.
there was like 4 or 5 of them in a row, and he just stood like in the front of them. Like the version that I saw, he climbed on top of them.
And that is actually what he actually does now.
Yeah. But
Now there's other people.
I thought he got ran
I spoke
over.
with a guy who said he swore only his foot got run over. What are you getting, hon? Tony, nothing. It's just so clear. Everything is so wonderful today. Like this, for me, whatever that was last couple days is over. It's so clean. I mean, I'm seriously, the air, the people, and I can see the third dimensional stuff around me. Remember when I was saying, you're not going to interact with it or you're going to see it? Guess what? You got a choice. If you want to interact with it, it's up to you. I can feel it. All right, I got a really weird one. And this was brought up as a Mandela effect somewhere. Gilbert Gottfried. His last name changed. And the residual I have for that is my ex-wife and I sat down. My ex-wife's maiden name was Gottfried. Gilbert Godfrey, or Godfrey, I believe it was Frey, wrote to her parents and said that he wanted them to sign this piece of paper stating they're not related so they couldn't sue him or whatever. And I'm looking at the names and I'm going, they're two different names. Why would he do that? And she's like, I don't know, whatever. They just got to sign this paper and so that to claim they're not related. I'm like, well, I don't understand why anybody would think you're related. It's two different last names. And I was Godfrey, Godfrey. And she's like, oh, probably because it sounds like it, because it was Gottfried. And that's what his last name is now. And I'm like, no. So I just find that very strange. My daughter is actually going to go talk to my ex-wife now, her mother, and see if she remembers that. And I'm like, no, you don't have to affect my ex-wife. I mean, I'm not trying to affect her. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But don't you play with me, you play with fire. But don't you. It don't say don't you. It just says don't. Guaranteed 100%er for me. This is not a version I've listened to before, but I've heard 2 others already, and it says, but don't play with me. And it was, but don't you play with me. It was don't you. Now it is not. It's just for me, I suppose. You're going to go ahead and tell me what you just said. You're going to repeat that little story. Go ahead.
All right, 2 or 3 years ago, I had a conversation with my ex's mom about the Bernstein effect, and that was the only 2 versions, was the EIN and the IE. And then now that we're talking about it, it's not even those. There's an A now, and it's what? Like, it's messed up. Like.
Cool.
He says arise there. That's one from my daughter. She found that the other day and called me up, and I talked with them on the show about it. She remembers you were only waiting for this moment to arrive, and so do a lot of other people. And she brought this to my attention, and I brought it up on the show. And some people say arrive, some people say arise, but she recalls arrive. That's on that one, in that Stone song. There's a lot of things going on around me. Now, I've been telling people, within the next couple of months, evil's going to be leaving. I believe the term was purged. Your vibration is rising. It's a higher vibration, the lower vibrations are leaving. There's so many different ways I can put this. And I'm seeing it around me, and I'm noticing if I just observe and don't interact, things it just fizzles out. It fixes itself. It takes care of itself. I don't have to do anything. But even though I'm not involved, I'm still feeling things. Okay, because I am involved. A lot of the stuff's personal, so I'm not going to get into it. I'll just say that go within your heart. You see something going on around you, you're having some bad stuff going around you, try and realize that it's not the situation that's the problem. It's the negativity or the evil leaving the problem, and it's building up and getting worse, and then and then that's it. It's good. It's like when you're cleaning a room, it gets more dirty than it was before it gets clean. So I feel like that's what's happening. The thing is, for me, and I know about this stuff, and I know it's happening, and while it's happening to me now, like before it would be happening, and I didn't know, I was calling it a shift. That's what I would be calling it, and I'm like, now I'm saying, okay, well, there's a really big shift coming up. That's how I term it. That's what makes me feel comfortable. That's what I resonate with, and that's what. And I've been talking about a cleansing that's been going on. I've been getting it from other channels, but I've been feeling it as well. Their terminology's good. I like it. But what I see going on is people getting angry and upset over things, and it's not really that. It's the releasing. It's the purging was a term. Evil leaving the body, or evil leaving the area. This is going on now. That's what I see around me, and I see it around me for the most part, and I interact with some of it because I feel like I have to, and I don't. And neither do you. And a lot of us are probably going through a lot of pain right now, physical pain. I did. I'm not now. But I see the negativity around me. I see what people are going through. And I can't speak for them. I just know what I've done. I've accepted situations and they go away. I get out of my head and they go away. I feel like the people that are watching this video are Mandela affected people probably understand it and are probably going through some things now. And a lot of it might be other people. I feel like a lot of it is going to be other people and how you're interacting with them. I don't know what the situation is for me. I needed to learn how to just be calm and let the thing happen. And there's other situations going on now too, and I need to be calm and let them happen. But for other people, I don't know the situation, but I'm guessing it's kind of the same. It's a negative thing going on around you. probably involves other people. If you're affected or watching this video, I'm guessing that you don't have to be involved. You can step back, observe the situation, or maybe you have to go through some of this. I don't know. I'd say, quartz crystals help me. I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not. It helps. Meditation helps me. I don't know if these things are right or wrong for other people. They help me. And I just see a lot of negativity going on down at the bar with interaction between people, outside of work, online, on the phone. And I have had people picking my brain, like, what should they do? Because they're looking at me like, how do you know this turmoil is going on in my life? I've had that look. And I say, I'm sorry, it's probably going to get worse in the next 2 months. And they're like, well, just back up, accept the situation, move on. Raise your vibration. I think that's important. I think try and stay in good spirits. I know it's hard. I know it is. It gets easier. Stay in a good attitude, a good mood. Exercise, jump around, spin around. I mean, that does it for me. I'll just start jumping and I just start laughing for no reason at all because I'm being an idiot jumping in the room. I mean, that does it for me. That changes the atmosphere. It changes the air. And cry. A lot of these are going to start crying a lot from what I'm understanding, and I'm talking to other people and they're just laughing at me going, wow. And I say this because I caught myself. I may have mentioned this on another video. I caught myself. I was crying at people dancing on videos. They were dancing. They were so good. I was crying. I mean, it was just a release, another way for me to get it out. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, the different theories. There's a handful of basic different theories out there, and from those basic different theories, stem off other things that people attach to it because of how they feel about how this is working, this Mandela effect. Bottom lining it doesn't matter what it is. I'm trying to figure out, why are we so determined on trying to figure out what it is? And I think that's because if we figure out what it is, it'll be easier for us to know what to do with it or explore with it or whatever. You take a theory and at least you have yourself a direction, and it keeps you sane, if nothing else. I resonate with my consciousness is what's doing all the experiencing. It's not physical. Yet, we are physical. And I think there's something to this form, this physical form, even when it's outside of physicality. I think it maybe look the same. It may be very similar. And you're just shedding, I don't know. But I believe we're multidimensional beings, and we've come down in this to experience physical reality. And we've gotten to the densest point we could have without losing ourselves. Just stuff just coming in here. And now we're on our way back. But quicker than we got here. A lot quicker than we got here. But we're not on our way back to anything. We are still growing and learning. We're not on our way back to someplace we've been before. Okay, let's put it that way. That's how. And it really doesn't matter what is causing the Mandela effect. The reason we're chasing it is it might make things easier. Yet, for each individual, you know, you have to go by what you believe, what you feel it is, and you're not going to convince anybody else of what it is, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're all going through this together. You know, I resonate with my consciousness is shifting through different timelines, that we are multidimensional beings living in a multiverse. And we're learning and growing and experiencing, and I'm sure there's so much more. You know, that's what I resonate with. That's what keeps me sane. So whatever keeps you sane, whatever keeps you going, and you know, on the right path, then go with it. You know, I just I'm seeing a lot of things all around me. All these things are happening, and I think it's part of this purge thing, or whatever, and I think it's going to, you know, it may get a little stronger for people, but when it's over, everything's going to be sweet afterwards, and really nice and calm afterwards, and you'll be, even then, you'll be watching other people go through their purging. You know, but what it is, you know, the only reason it would matter is if we would know how to use that. And with my theory, it's not my theory, a theory that I've developed through other people's thoughts and ideas and my own experiences, mainly my experiences, you know, I have come to the idea that we are multidimensional beings, and you can be manipulated and controlled, and you can shift your consciousness into a timeline you want. They're just words. That's all they are. They're just words. You know, just, I break everything down. I analyze everything. It's what I've always done with everything. I just analyze everything. I guess that's what I'm built to do here. Just go out, smile, and have a good day. That'll do it. You know, you know, I'm breaking it down to you're shifting your consciousness to another timeline. I really don't know if that's what it is. I do feel we're multidimensional beings, though, because there's been experiences where I'm experiencing different dimensions and timelines, and so are you. I mean, you know, to me, that's an experience. It's not just one or another. I've seen mirror events. I've seen different events. You know, that's why I've said it's infinite and it's quantum. And with some of the other experiences I've had in the book, you know, I'm definitely supposed to be here, and so are you. I mean, this is what we're supposed to be doing. So, I don't know. Fasten your seatbelt, or, you know, hang in there. Things, you know, just hang in there. I mean, I have my advice. I listen to some really good speakers on YouTube. Meditate. Listen to some nice music. I just put birds on, and I got birds chirping, and soft piano music playing, and just lay down and relax. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to concentrate on it. You just relax. Just lay down. This too shall pass. Well, this is stuff you usually don't see. I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to edit it. I should, though. I don't even think I finished my thought. You would not believe the stuff that I do not put out, and that I probably should. What if, you know how we get every September, October, and it's been every year, there's always a fear-mongering thing, or end of the world, and it was always in September and October. And I wonder about that, and I'm wondering that maybe this was done on purpose. Isn't everything done on purpose? To get us to be lackadaisical and complacent about the next September-October event. Wow, did I use that word?
what if, and I'm saying what if, because I don't know, but what if this September, October, and the things that are coming up, and oh, it's this event, and it's energy, and it's spiritual. All the other ones seemed physical. They seemed mundane compared to something physical, spiritual meaning. Compared to something spiritual. What if the reality is what you want it to be, and you see this, okay, we have this thing coming up. It's happening for me now. It's all around me. I'm seeing it. And for me, it's starting to be amazing. It's still physical in a sense. I mean, I don't believe I am physical like I was when I was in my teens. It's a different physical. And I think I'm going more towards or more away from that. But I'm saying, what if right now we have this opportunity to evolve, move on? You don't have to, though. I mean, that's the beauty of this. You don't have to, though. And there's all that fear stuff out there, 3D stuff. I mean, oh my God. I can't believe. Just, if you want to, this is one of those things I don't want to put out. And I feel like I should, because I'm not afraid to put anything out. I'm not afraid to put my thoughts out and my feelings out. There's things I'm like so, I want to say I'm so sure of, but I dare not. I mean, let's just go with total fiction. Use your imagination. What if, I want to put this out, what if we accept this energy and bring it in and help the people around us who are going through that's, help people, because they're going to be going through some stuff. Everybody, I'd say most of the people that are Mandela affected right now are probably going through some negative things, probably going through some things that have to do with other people, yet they're interacting with it because they want to help. Well, good help. I'm going to say help. I'm going to say interact with that. That's fine, because that's what we're going to be doing. And if you're having a hard time about things right now, it's not half as bad as what these other people are going through or going to be going through. But I think helping and raising your vibration, don't be so concerned about things. I don't know how else to put it. Don't be so concerned. Yeah, I see, and the only reason I'm feeling these things and knowing these things, no, I don't know anything. Feeling this is because I'm pushing, and every time it hurts, I go further and I accept it and I go through it, and but there's other things I'm hiding from. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect by any means. But there's epiphanies that I'm getting, and there's things that I'm finding, and I keep thinking, should I share it? Do I want to share? Yeah, you know what? I do want to share this, because the 300 people that might see this and actually pay attention to it, compared to what? I mean, I'm okay with that. That the people that see this and understand it are meant to. And that's what I'm talking to you guys. I want to go back to what if. what if the things we're going through now are we're going to go forward, we're going to evolve, we're going to help people and accept what's going on around us. And it sucks because that's not even the idea of this topic that I want to get into. It's the opposite. That you don't have to. I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to move forward with this. I've already decided. Alright, I hope my cats are in. I'm shutting this door. It's what? 21st of August? 22nd of August? 21st of August? Oh, I'm freezing. I think the high tomorrow is 46. I'm okay with that, though. I hear everybody else is at 90. I'm good. Very soon, we're going to have to help people, guide them, and at the same time, be going through our own turmoils and problems. And for me, it's so funny. That's more personal stuff that I'm just not going to get into. But it is funny. I said to one guy, it's some tough things are going to be coming up soon, and you need to observe. You need to observe instead of getting involved. And his reply was, how are you going to do that? It's totally me, because I'm always trying to fix everything. And I've had this conversation with a couple of people that they want to fix things. It's not necessary. Kind of let it unfold. It'll be quicker. It'll fix itself quicker. And once we do that, we're going to raise our vibration and move along. If you're pushing for oneness with everybody else, we're good. You're good. Don't worry about what's going on with other people that are doing the opposite. This is a collective. That's what it is. I've learned to be me by myself. Does that make any sense at all? Oh, I'm so glad I'm not putting this up, right? We're learning to be a collective. We really are. And I'm not even concerned with the negativity. Man, that's not what it is. You want to zero in on oneness as a collective. I have, I've learned certain things for me individually. Are you outside? I thought you guys were in. Come on. Yeah. Well, whatever. It's in the middle of the sentence. Well, what? Yeah, I love you too, buddy. We are learning to coexist as a collective. It's because that's what's happening. Yeah, buddy. The psychic stuff is a little more dominant, and my problem is I'm learning how to deal with it, and I don't know how sometimes because I won't shut up. Can you imagine that I can't be quiet? Hey, talk to me, Prince. I must have shifted. You're quiet. Here, say hi to everybody. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. I don't know why I do it. I always think he's gonna wrap himself around my neck like Inky used to do. As my old cat. Just drape himself right around me. And I always think you're going to do that. I'm like, no, I'll have to bend over and he'll, lay down on my back as I'm bent over. I'm like, well, this ain't going to last long. All right. Take 16. Where you at, buddy? We are learning to exist as a collective. And I always said, well, first we need to learn how to do it individually. And I've done that. I feel like I've done that, or at least I've tried. I'm creating the things around me. I'm keeping the things around me calm. That's as best I could do right now. I got too many other physical things going on.
Then in 2016, the earth shifted beneath our feet. The rebellion started.